Roll call time. Bigby.
Hello.
Dark.
How many of us are there today? Too many.
Yes. Tor.
No.
Tinder. I'm sure.
Same as usual then.
Yes. Rose.
Hello.
And Sideline.
Sup, nerd?
Welcome back to Widdershin Teachings. It has been a hot minute since we've had everyone here. No, you. Anyway, for as a general recap, and so everyone is up to speed on what has been happening, things have been happening. Namely, after the party's fight with the Duke of Silvershades, in which we thankfully managed to kill him without anyone dying, pretty unceremoniously, they came back to campus, and in a kind of whirlwind of activity, a few things happened pertaining to the discovery that the party made earlier in the year in the basement, with a strange person who was found in an alchemist's vat, who later was discovered to be holding a strange spirit in his head related to the alchemist, a world-renowned figure who's a very powerful alchemist, as his name says. I can see that my fucking connection is doing backflips in the corner of my eye.
Yay, backflips.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, that's good. From there, let's see what did happen. Essentially, after another talk with the alchemist's spirit, it sort of came to a conclusion of Aaron offering, hey, I'll build you a body, we'll stick you in it, you fix up the guy who you're living inside, and then we can do whatever with you. And he's like, you have 3 days. Anyway, turns out 3 days was a very short time, but in the end, Ren, Wolf, and Ipos managed to clobber together, and Ash as well, managed to clobber together a fucking horrifying body made of a black heart and fucking metal pieces.
But no cake this time.
No cake this time.
Sadness.
I do have to thank Ash for doing the enchanting work.
Yes, Ash's contribution was obviously Ash has a lot of words pertaining to, well, not a lot of words, but words pertaining to incorporeal things and flesh. So they helped basically build the body.
Yeah, because while Ren built the humanoid-looking phylactery, basically, someone had to figure out what the correct runes and incantations would be. And what better than our ritualist? So, good job, witch.
Mm-hmm. However, I am severely tempted to force this alchemist into a pact, because I had to use witch magic for this.
Good luck.
Well, if he doesn't want a body, I'm sure Aaron won't be terribly fussed. We could just stick him in my little poppet.
I mean, that would actually give him more...
good enough for him, right?
I mean, he would technically have more control on the puppet, arguably, than he has in this, because this thing will only last a few days. Yeah, we didn't spend thousands of gold on this thing.
Yeah, it's large.
And also with this, I could consign him to oblivion if I decide to.
Currently, it's held together by magical duct tape, so
Put a blender in the bottom of it in case I want to turn it on, so it can shred the soul.
Which has been Aaron's current, how to say...
Moral predicament?
Moral conundrum? Yeah.
Could turn him into the world's fanciest pair of boots.
As we've mentioned, bit morbid. But finally, last session essentially ended with Rel, a construct of a party who had rescued earlier in the year, coming to warn them of an increase in demonic and evil energies increasing around the school. And this has essentially started an event which in 3 days holds up Big 3. A potential invasion from the Mother System, from a demonic demiplane, I suppose it's the best way to put it. Well, can potentially happen. It might not happen immediately. It might happen immediately. You're not sure. But regardless, the campus has been preparing. Which sort of brings us to the party gathering. After all, others are making preparations. There's a question, what are you all going to do?
I want to fucking die, Erin says as she's laying on a couch.
Irrelevant.
That can be arranged.
It's not hard. What would you
Irrelevant
like
and of your
done
own
with your body? Do you have a specific god you would like the last rites of, or?
I don't know. I was more being hyperbolous. But thank you for offering an option. But beside the point. Ah, God. How you doing, Ren?
Better. I've had a bit of a chance to rest. I've not worked that hard in a while, though.
I did want to ask.
What is it?
We built all this thing. I just don't know if it's actually worth the fucking time. Because I still really don't know if we should just even bother saving the alchemist.
Let's save the person attached to the alchemist at minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That is what I
the-
think. That is personally what I think all this effort is mainly for.
I think the road to hell is paved in good intentions.
You're not helping.
Well, actually, it does help. It is a counterpoint to the don't want to save him thing. But I'm kind of running into the same problem. Same conundrum Ippos would have faced if not, for other reasons. With the Duke of Silvershade, I mean, for Friere, he's the closest thing to an eldest we got, if we put it in terms of Fae. It's a lot of knowledge just sort of turn into muj.
Okay, but may I ask, at what point in time was he ever inclined to share that knowledge with anyone but himself?
Fairly, he kept his personal cloning technology to himself because, well, ramifications of that, but he was one of the main drivers of technological advancement and also one of the main reasons we actually won the war against the Majocracy to the south.
Huh, he didn't seem like the sort.
He cares about his country, but he's also just an asshole.
A massive asshole.
Child murdering
I
asshole.
suppose.
Yes.
Mm,
Among
well,
other very, very horrible things.
what king isn't?
Exactly.
No, I mean, yes, except most of the time those kings are considered tyrants and overthrown.
Technically,
Really?
The ones that have done this sort of thing. At the very least, where I come from.
technically, this guy is actually not even a king. He's part of a council.
Well, you say that, but from what I have heard, he was the de facto leader of the council.
As much as
sheer
one can
force
be.
of power.
Technically, he wasn't actually part of the largest or most powerful house. He's just, obscenely powerful for some reason himself. Look, I got a guy, my godfather is coming down today, and he's a worshiper of Kalash, a guy of peace and freedom and stuff like that. What the fuck is that? Rusty.
What?
Okay, was that like
Oh,
explosion
sorry.
banging, or was that like knocking on a door
No,
banging?
Sorry, I forgot Torin isn't in Roll20. There's knocking at the door. Loud banging.
Astra, go check.
He's gonna go open the door.
I discovered the /describe. Oh, welcome back. Hey, sorry, I discovered the /describe command of Roll20 and figured I wanted to use it.
As Ren suddenly gets a rather confused look on his face as Astra gets close and feels the mental link. Oh.
Does Rusty open? Can Rusty open doors?
A mouth. I've seen dogs do it.
I suppose that's true.
The door handle gets slightly mangled.
I mean, there are literally like the assistant dogs for people that are trained to open doors. So
Yeah.
Even open fridges. So
I just associate Rusty's mouth more of trash compactor than utility.
Honestly, more utility than trash compactor.
That's just me murder method. Anyway, Rusty goes, oh, Rusty?
Affirmative.
And
Turns around and goes back to Aaron.
Astra waves the gemstone wing.
is that a come in or?
Oh, yes. Hi, Resteve. It's Resteve, guys.
Okay then.
I just said that.
It's like a menagerie in here for your little construct pets. mean, there's
Yeah,
only
just
two,
don't open
but-
the walls. Don't
Yep.
open the walls.
Well,
Ipos not have
welcome
construct
to
pet.
Wandstorm.
Ipos need construct pet.
Because what we got here, we got Rusty, 2 puppets, Astra.
We got more than 2 poppets. I mean, I know you
Um,
guys don't have the greatest hearing, but I can literally hear them crawling in the walls.
Yes, but they're not ours. They're Lee's.
That's fair.
And yes, do not worry, I know June very much ran into them. A lot.
How you doing, Steve?
Yes, welcome, headmistress.
Hello, and all of you, and beyond the obviously impending threat, I've been worse. Yeah, I've been better. I've been worse. How are you all doing?
Aaron doesn't answer, but looks fucking miserable.
I'm very sorry, Aaron, but you look like this a lot, so I'm not sure. Is that like a good litmus for how you're feeling? I'm just going to assume bad.
Yeah, go with that.
a bit, but he looks happy.
Ipos good. Ipos has new title. Ipos Duke now.
Congratulations. Oh, then yes, congratulations.
Your Highness.
He's just grinning.
I'm pretty sure you don't say Your Highness to dukes. I don't.
No, shush,
Just
shush,
sir?
shush.
No, it is.
I be
Lord
Highness
June,
now,
in fact.
shush.
Well, he's certainly
he's-
heinous.
Very well, your shortness.
Ipos just, he takes that, he's still grinning.
Okay, well, congratulations, Your Highness.
Aren't you technically tall for a kobold, Hippos?
Let me check the kobold heights.
Hold on, Googles.
I don't remember.
No, Ipos is actually perfectly average. Male kobolds are 2'8" to 3'2", and he's 3 foot. He is perfectly average.
Wow. My kobold's completely average. I'm not compensating.
Not completely average. He's special. Only kobold.
That's true. Very special. Anyway, what do we have the pleasure, Steve?
Oh, well, sort of business, sort of pleasure. I'm actually here to conscript a few of you, though you'll be glad to hear none of you. Maybe. I don't know, do
What?
you want to be conscripted?
I mean,
Well, I do specialize in protective magics, and there does seem to be an immediate apparent need for it. Do I get extra credit?
I mean, you could probably argue that, Ash, though also I believe you're probably better use them with your friends. That sounds weird. You have a greater utility with your own projects. We have warders. Don't worry about it.
yeah, and as much as I want to be conscripted, I have a few things to work out, but I
Exactly.
also am well aware that we're targeted by assassins.
Yes.
No, I'm actually here for. She flips open the pad of paper. Miss Proud Sky, Miss Mandel, and Mr. Toldrum.
Oh, they should be in their rooms. I don't know where they are otherwise.
I can get to them next. Don't worry about it.
Hold on. As Ash pulls out a mirror and just writes, headmistress wants you downstairs.
You're in trouble.
I doubt it's for trouble.
As you can hear upstairs, the sounds of feet. But anyway, I also came here to say that yes, obviously, you've mentioned you've been targeted by assassins and all such. So yeah, I wasn't gonna rely on you very heavily for this. In fact, I think it would probably be a good idea for you lot to maybe work with the assumption that something big is going to come and stomp you.
Good assumption.
To know.
Not a surprise.
You've sort of messed up the Mother Syst's plans a lot, so it's hardly surprising.
No, not at all. In fact,
But-
those nobles that make the waves get the assassins sent after them.
It's a fact of life, I'm afraid. But basically, yeah, I came to suggest that you, well, armor up, surround yourself with people you trust. I don't know, maybe lay out some plans and such.
Well, unfortunately, you've requested one of the people I would trust the most, so...
Miss Proud Sky has, as she says, Lillian comes downstairs. Oh, I'm being taught. Oh god! Sorry, I just stretched her token to almost cover the entire map.
She's a big
Being
girl
talked about.
now.
Hello. Anyway.
What level of a large person is
Go
that?
back. Very.
Giant shape.
As Lillian just kind of gives a small curtsy. Headmistress. And largest person. And Steve just waves. Ah yes, Miss Proud Sky, it happens that the Academy has need of your talents. If I've been made aware correctly, you're capable of speaking to people over long distances. And Lillian just kind of nods. Well, in an effort to help coordinate us across the campus and minimize losses, we would like to request your aid. Amongst a few of your other, classmates, you'll be coordinating everyone. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, that'll help us direct people to where help is needed. Lillian just kind of looks over to Ash for a second.
Ash just holds up the mirror.
And she kind of nods. I think that would be okay then. Who would I be working with? As she's essentially just gonna go over to Steve and discuss the details for now. But yes, I'm afraid Torin, your girlfriend's being recruited. Because being able to speak to people over a range of miles, useful.
Mm-hmm.
Something I also want to bring up with the group as something that we might want to, maybe consider a problem. One of the breaching points for the Mother Cyst is the place where the Overmind is currently chilling.
I'd almost forgotten about him.
I tried to forget about him.
He says as he's sort of like recalling the trinket that he's got to let him see.
Ah, so you finally bring me back to attention. Hello, everyone.
Oh no.
What's that?
Oh, big brain, about the size of this room, chilling up in the north. He's actually kind of chill, all things considered.
Yes, a higher mind, as it were.
Ah, a new awakened for me to talk to. Greetings, I am the Overmind. As he directly pumps his brain into Bren's thoughts.
It's my head.
Of course, of course. This is just how I talk.
He doesn't have a mouth or anything else other than a brain.
Telepathy feels weird at first, but you get used to it.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, yes, Ren?
I've got I'm gonna be delivering a couple of shipments of weapons down to the town to help them defend themselves.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to see if some of our students are at least paying attention to Westlake.
It's my chance I can do, but
I pay attention. I'm not as welcome as some of my friends are.
I understand that. Mayor Brand does not make things easy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's largely crossbows, spears, and cold iron bolts.
Oh, that'll be useful then. She kind of seems to take mental note of that, you see. Mostly because cold iron stuff isn't exactly cheap.
It's fine. Ren can afford several shipments of cold iron bolts.
Fair enough.
Where do you think Ren's money keeps going? He keeps buying other people's shit, or keeps buying more equipment.
All right. Do we want to consider the Overmind a problem or leave it alone?
I'm right here.
You heard me.
I believe you are capable of caring for yourself. Is that correct? You are
Of
quite
course.
quite controlled in that area.
In fact, I would say, lisps are hard. I would say that if you all who have a bigger problem.
Okay.
Yes, the portal there should not be a problem then.
Probably not.
Excellent.
Consider this from me a sense motive check. And I guess Ren.
Sure.
Is
this hubris talking?
Ren, you're still kind of a bit psyched out of having just been. Oh yeah, by the way, we know a gigantic psychic brain.
Yeah, that's still kind of processing for Ren.
Mental buffering noises.
Pretty much. I mean, I think Astra's probably making neutral buffering noises.
Silas, there's a sort of snideness to how he said that, but you think there's something a bit more there that he's not maybe mentioning right now.
All right. Then, well, for now, let's back to the subject at hand then. Well, in that case, I personally feel that our best course of action then is to bunker down and fortify this dorm.
The dorm's the best place to do it.
Absolutely. Not only is it full of very, very powerful people, we also have at least one exit that they cannot breach.
There's a lot of entry points, especially upstairs.
Could
There are,
close
however,
off
those
entry
can easily be.
points, and
Yes.
if things go really bad, we run downstairs and go into Erin's house.
Exactly.
Steve,
Yes, Alana?
as you probably understand, I'm not sitting around. Everyone else can do whatever they want, but I think you understand why. I don't have to explain myself to you.
I think I do, yes.
And actually, on that point, Alana, despite I hate this plan, it's of my opinion that we should actually go north to where the Overmind actually is.
Why?
A, it's a portal. B, Alana can kick ass. C, we have the Overmind who we recruit the help of. And D, it's a portal far away from every other portal that will not be able to receive reinforcements from the other gates.
You
But
have a lot of faith in me.
It's also very far away from friends if we need it.
That's why we bring the friends with us.
Receive looks over. I
Can't bring
suppose
everyone.
that I prefer that you, yes, do not steal everyone because, well, as you might have noticed, or as Rel might have told you, the main portal is going to be around the school. But as it stands, we could probably hold our own here if you do want to go do with that. It's better than having something to come blindside us in the future.
That, as well as if that portal is what I think it is tactically, that place is going to be mostly infiltration and assassin based units that will be deployed and then be harassing us for the next 4 or 8 months as we weed them out of the forest around here.
If that is the case, then the Overmind should be able to handle that fairly well, because infiltration and assassin do not tend to be the most powerful in and of themselves. They are subterfuge, stealth, that sort of thing.
I'm not worried about the Overmind.
No. I mean, the Overmind will be able to deal with them so that they will not leave.
Oh, that's also not what I'm worried about. I don't think the Overmind, A, will care, and B, I don't see why he would have a reason to actually take them on.
You thinkful little of me. I could
Am
do
I
it
wrong?
as a favor.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I want to pay that favor.
You're loth then.
Yeah. You see my point. And besides, it's like the best spot. It's very well reinforced walls with like a limited ways of them getting to us.
The only argument I can make, as Steve speaks up, is that you would be away from us. We wouldn't be able to offer as much aid as we could if you were nearby.
Take Dominic and friends, or they're probably going to be defending Westlake, and if not that, then I can bring Galadriel.
I'm just making you aware of what you'd sacrifice by leaving here.
And ideally, as much as I don't like that plan either, is that if we go over there, they'll probably try to divert forces to get to us and or dump more forces into that portal, making it easier for everyone else. It's something to consider. And Alana, I figured I would bring this one up because I think it would be something you would be interested in.
I mean, I certainly would rather fight on my own terms as opposed to sit around waiting for people to come to me. I do want to know. I would like to take Roland with. I mean, obviously, I'm going to think higher of him than most of us here, but we've gotten pretty good at fighting together, and that is an asset I really want to have. Not to mention, he helps give us more. I mean, for lack of a better word, front lines, since well.
Hey,
I kind of looked at everyone else.
The more ass kick you bring, the better.
I bring Asta friend.
I would like to bring Laz, but I acknowledge the fact that he has better things to be doing, and that is not necessarily his best form of fighting. And he has obligations to protect the city and campus.
Out of character, I will say that is technically an option. You could go and deal with that secondary portal. The amount of I will say this: the amount of people you can bring is only really limited by the amount of people you can convince. But do keep in mind, if you manage to somehow drag the entire fucking campus over there, it's gonna be hard for people here. As much as you could do
Well,
that
if we have if we have the entire campus together, there won't be anyone here for them to take.
And the main issue is people do yeah, but then they're just gonna start wrecking all your houses and shit.
Also, we destroyed them.
And we did find out before that, not everyone here is adventurers. There is normal people here as well who would get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, they're regular school staff.
It's my idea.
Ash doesn't like their math teacher. Math is hard.
Per Buffus. Bullied by Ash always.
Well, math's the easiest class here.
It really is. I don't know why you have a problem with it, Ash.
Too many numbers make brain go burr.
I like numbers. Yeah, that's my idea. Beyond that, I got to deal with the alchemist tonight. Additionally, we have a high priest of Kalash coming over who probably will feel obligated to do something about this, so I don't feel as bad.
Personally, Alana, I feel like us taking the fight to them is just going to give us a positional disadvantage. I'm not the biggest strategist among us, but they're after us, aren't they? They're going to come to us wherever we put ourselves. If you can sit still for maybe, I don't know, an hour, I'm sure more than enough trouble is going to come to us to satisfy whatever bloodlust you have.
It's not bloodlust. I'm not sitting around.
Actually, one of the few times I agree with Alana.
I'm also much, much more useful if I have somewhere to defend as opposed to just constantly wandering around.
Yeah, we will have a place to defend. The mouth of the portal. They will murder them as they come out of the pit. And we have time to prepare. It's 3 days ago. We know 3 days from now, we know where they're going to come out. We'll just go and reinforce around that hole.
Steve?
Yes, Ash?
I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend me a few materials so I can try to keep these people alive?
Roll my I shall roll you a diplomacy check.
Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. Alright. 25. Steve has. I suppose I might have some old reagents lying around. Though, also, you probably want to go speak to your wards teacher. Maybe see if you can't grab some things from them. I'll get back to you on that.
Alright. Well, I have someone to talk to, apparently. If we're going to be setting up around a portal point, I'm going to need some standing stones and some permission to use something I'm technically not supposed to, but I don't think anyone's going to care if it's demons.
I don't care. Okay, I mean, unless anyone has any other qualms with doing this.
We just better make sure we get it right.
Yeah.
Oh, Ash, Priz. Speaking of, Ren kind of extends the arm for a moment out of the armory braces. Suddenly appears a what do you call it? A quiver full of cold iron arrows.
Oh.
Chuck those to Priz. 40 of them.
I will give these to Prismality next time I call her.
She sat just over there. Literally behind you.
It's kind of just desperate to have them out, but
If she is actually summoned, can't hand them to Priz. Otherwise, give them to Ash. So. If any of the rest of you want cold iron gear, let me know. I've got some time to make some.
It was good. It was has magic.
Agreed.
Ippos need new.
Okay then. Also, I'm very desperately searching to see if I still have that map saved. Because if I do, thank God I don't have to do anything new. Where the fuck is it? I've got like 2 pieces of it.
I'm surprised by Aaron and thankful because otherwise I was going to have some one-off with G-Mac. Alana refuses to just sit somewhere.
Frankly, Alana, I know what you're thinking, and I see that look on your face that you're surprised that I'm suggesting this. But I figured the safest place for me is literally behind the bloodbath you carve.
I mean, fair enough.
It's proven that case so far in our adventures, and I'm happy to stay there. That being said, I am totally bringing other things to keep me safe, but I feel safer there.
I've not got to fight much with you before. What elemental spells do you prefer? This is Alana, I'm asking, not Aaron.
I know, Aaron's just saying,
Alana kind of pauses. Sorry. And thinks for a second. I've primarily used fire and lightning, albeit, obviously, lightning is not something I can really entertain right now, considering what we're fighting. So I guess fire?
Ippos looks quite upset by this.
I nudge Ippos and give him a wink.
He's pouting.
I got you.
I might be able to help. I think I've got a spell which could. Just having.
What do you have in mind?
Because yeah, lightning's not very good here. My best elements are lightning and cold. Though cold is mostly because of my roommate, who is very good with cold magic and has been teaching me some tricks. Something he should be able to help with in general. If we use a lot of cold magic, he'd actually be quite valuable to have along. He can help amplify it.
Do you want me to pop up his card?
You can.
Yeah. Boop. I believe the only other person who'd potentially recognize this person is, ironically, Torin, who can't see him right now.
Mm-hmm.
But short to say, when Ash had their little firework thingy, that was actually Ren's roommate and his sister helping.
I mean, what it's worth, Alana could always just go, yeah, I'm going to Ray of Frost a lot today.
It could also be the fact that, would you be interested in learning the Frostbite spell?
Don't they normally have cold resistance as well?
Well, just all 4 elements.
Right.
Yeah, it's just they're immune to electricity. Outsiders are
really
annoying
sucks.
like that. Yeah, especially those on the far outer planes. They
So the
tend
thought
to be.
So the thought is though that with Terry at least we could amplify cold damage to try and get over the resistance.
I mean, Alana is absolutely willing to learn the frostbite spell if he's offering.
It's a good spell.
I've already paid up for a scroll to study it myself for it, so you can you can have the same. You can scribe the scroll. So. Okay, they're still probably going to have ER 10 cold, but with frostbite, that at least means that we'll at least be still dealing a d6 of damage. Where with some of the other spells, we just won't be dealing any.
J-Mac, what are we fighting exactly?
I can go over this. There are at least 2 broad groups of things that you know you'll be fighting. There are things that Aaron has seen within the Mother Syst's realm, which I believe from Torn asking questions before, you'll be fighting either aberrations or you'll be fighting demons. Demons, which you can't quite be sure specifically what demons you'll be fighting, you just kind of know it's demons. But for the things from the Mother Syst's realm, there are 4 main creatures you'll be fighting. I'll post the names in the chat. That's for Steve. There are the Common Corrupted, which are essentially melee mooks. There are the Corrupted Spinethrowers, which are basic melee units. Fleshweavers, which are healing aberrations with some other tricks. And Corrupt Generals, which will be leading the assault.
Okay.
Aberrations, feel free to go full ham with lightning.
Yes, for those you think they're likely only immune to acid, knowing the Mother Syst's portfolio.
And probably weak to bleed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice just
I know.
sorry, just one quick thing. One of the reason I suggest Frostbite is because Frostbite is one of those wonderful spells, which is one casting, and then you get one attack per level with it.
Yep.
So if you don't have many spell slots, which I know Alana doesn't.
Hey, for what it's worth, Alana has a fuck ton of arcane pool she never uses, so.
Fair enough.
And spell recall, so she actually has a really good amount of spell slots now.
You never used to.
Oh yeah, no, I have reduced spell casting or diminished spell casting, so.
Like that's certainly my biggest limit. I don't get spell recall, so it hurts.
Understandable. I know there's no way of telling JMac, but with Alana's 36 planes, because someone's probably going to aid her, that's where miscellaneous +1 will come to. She can probably deduce what's going to be common here, at least I imagine, right?
It would be mostly demons that are like low CR, so stuff like Quasit, Dretch. I can't really. Don't know many other low-level demons, but things like that. Most of them don't. Most of them only have like some DR, some maybe if they're fancy, they have some spell-like abilities. You know, like Quasits can go invisible. I believe Dretch can cause fear.
A lot of the demons can cause fear, unfortunately.
Yes, yes, Dretches can cause fear and cast Stinking Cloud. They also usually have telepathy between each other, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Closets also have cause fear, so
like you'll find. I looked through this before for other campaigns. The demon portfolio, like half of them have some version of the fear spell.
So it might be wise to stock up on things against that, especially for one of you. Looks at Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Silas has blessed. We're gonna need the bonuses there.
Okay.
Alana probably also needs to go look around for fucking will save boons because, well, I imagine it as you're just being pissed off that someone's trying to make her fear. Obviously, it doesn't work that way in Raw.
I know. There's literally a barbarian power that says when you're raging, you're immune to fear. So I think that literally is a thing in the universe.
Yeah, unfortunately, Alana doesn't rage.
Divine Fury, I think, is good enough.
I'm going to drag you onto this map for now.
Uh-oh.
But basically, well, user think about. Okay, you can probably ignore a lot to the right now that you've decided to go all the way to the left, because this was mostly. I guess I can keep in the what. For this fight, basically, there was going to be a system of Banes and Boons. Lanashton and Mother Cyst have certain things up their sleeve that they would pull out, but you lot as a group have also made a lot of friends and allies that you could have potentially called on for help. Unfortunately, you're going to be far away from campus, so... Oh yeah, I should do this. You're going to be far away from campus, so you'll lose out on reinforcements. You'll just have who you bring, and that's more than likely it. You lose out on dragon time because you're far away, I'm afraid. Which leaves you with 3 boons left. Which I'll read out for Torn. There's Divine Action, Voice/Tititeni, Patron's Aid, and question mark, question mark, question mark.
I like Mystery Power.
Dibs on Mystery Power.
Mystery Power is actually one you cannot call on yourself, I'm afraid. That will trigger only when a specific condition has been met.
4 of us are TPKs.
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
I want Mystery Powers.
And you could potentially call upon Divine Action.
Because Priestess Ippos. Yes, I'm going Priestess Ippos.
I mean, I've met Voice, so I guess.
I will say, Divine Action doesn't necessarily have to be Voice or Tititeni. It's just you've kind of met those 2 gods and they kind of know of you. So those are the ones with the likeliest chance of success. But for instance, Alana could attempt to call upon Vildeus, though, as Village may vary, I should say.
Please don't cut me in half, Valdeus.
No promises.
Are you evil?
Not good.
I mean,
Aaron's about as close as this party gets to evil, I think.
I mean, why do I imagine when Vildeus appears, it's literally just a slot. The sky itself gets sliced open.
The sky was evil.
Yeah, sure.
Turns out she caused the world wound.
Emoji. But yes, the main thing is you have 3 days worth of potential preparations. Well, so I know Aaron wants to go do the alchemist thingies as well, and I'll tell you now, sideline. It's probably more towards the evening of the day that you're currently on that JW shows up.
Okay.
I'm tempted to prepare Stone Call, seeing as I can't use aggressive thundercloud.
Ban.
I mean, I don't. I will ignore the difficult terrain.
It's true. Oh, I'll also do this. Boxed of allies. Who do you wish to bring along?
Where's this box?
I'm just
Well,
gonna,
I
this is
can't
gonna be a couple
bring
question marks.
Lillian, so I'm gonna go with Riss.
Asta,
Ooh. Okay.
I think we each get one ally. That
I mean,
seems
you can
fair.
potentially bring more, but
We
as I
could
said,
You're, you know,
potentially
my
depends on who you
preference.
we
can
could
I mean,
bring more, but we don't want
as-
to leave it empty here.
Yeah.
And one each seems fair.
That's fair. You're saying
In,
Finland.
in my case, Joe, I think I will probably take Karen with me, and I'll suggest that Cole's probably best usage, other than defending the walls, will be that she'll probably work quite well, actually, like especially with her bird, Kotaru,
Yeah.
in being able to help Liliane out with like basic information reports.
Yeah, she'll go for that. Taking someone who has a flying companion underground, not the best thing.
Yeah,
So yeah.
She's not well suited to going into a dungeon, so
Yeah,
What's your
my
problem?
alternative
Bird
was
going
horse
into
person.
a dungeon.
one of my companions I was potentially thinking of bringing was Cole, who is Tyrion's sister,
And yes,
who is a ranger with a bird companion.
and yeah, we were thinking of going to where the giant brain is, which is in a dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we
If
were
you remember-
going to a portal site.
The portal is there.
Yeah, because
Well,
if you remember where you found Ralia, there was you discovered the evidence of a portal to Abaddon.
Okay, I got confused here. So yeah, maybe not Riss then, because if we're not going to be like in some random place in the mountains or whatever, it's not going to be as useful.
Yeah, it's gonna be
In
close
which
quarters.
case, Bella.
Well, here's the
Because
ironic
Ren's
thing.
bringing a cryomancer, so I'm also going to bring a cryomancer.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
was gonna
bringing a
mention the
fire
ironic.
guy.
You are. Aster's mileage might vary. But here's the ironic thing. If you're going to ask either Bill or Riss along, chances are they're going to suggest bringing the other one along as well. So this is kind of a 2-for-1 deal here.
My roommates
they're
aren't
totally
gay, are
fucking.
they? I've been gone for too long.
They're totally fucking.
I mean, bringing the entire evil section of the dorm with us, fair enough.
Riss isn't evil. It's more. I mean, you can give me a sense motive check.
I totally will, because
totally
it's
will.
exactly what Aaron paid attention to.
Also, just J-Mac, Tyrion's label doesn't show on his token.
Oh, god damn it. The token. Check
I just
fist.
want to give that heads up.
Hippos just wanted to be part of something.
That's fair. Oh, I shall roll for you, Torn.
Thank you.
At this point, I should probably just keep.
So what does it do? At the start of combat, you can create difficult terrain.
Yeah, I might need to update that because Bella's ability is very old. She's got new shit. Boop.
Creating difficult terrain right on top of the portal would be rather funny.
That's also true.
true,
We should
yeah.
keep it.
Wasn't that the plan anyway?
I mean, the point is it works if just summon loads of snow over it. Oh no, snow shape! It's finally time!
I mean, yeah. Also, Aaron, you don't. They're very close, but you don't think they're like dating or anything, or like partners. They just happen to be very friendly.
I'm so gonna push that together. All right, Operation.
Operation
I
Ship
think?
It.
With my sense motive.
You unfortunately got a 14. You're not quite sure. You're targeting two people with very good bluff, I'm afraid.
Meanwhile, we're bringing the Dawn Inquisition with us as well.
Yes, you have Mrs. Sunshooter and Vampire Cryomancer. Does Bella have a secondary ability yet? I don't believe so. Did I have one set for her? Oh, I do. Hold on a second. I need to update Bella's card. I don't think her secondary ability is going to be very useful for you right now.
Oh, who knows? Maybe we'll find a use for it.
Maybe.
Shame that
Updated.
Lose the spirit after killing a creature, you can attempt a diplomacy check to ask it a question. I mean, we can interrogate the demons.
Please fuck off. No.
Ask it a question, not
Bells
ask it
means
a request.
dabbling in more necromancy.
Hey, it was a question. There was a question mark. I could just demand it fucked off, but that'd be rude.
Technically true. Bigby, do you have any preference for someone to bring along? It doesn't necessarily need to be your classmates. You could attempt to ask other people.
Yeah, I was thinking that because I was thinking maybe Jade, but she's being recruited by the actual school.
Yeah, mainly because she's actually got a military rank, so we're kind of using her to pull rank in Westlake to actually get people to do shit.
It's actually a very good point, and also Jade's got other things going for her. For that, she is a champion after all.
Yep. She's also very good at defending a wall.
Yeah, which again, I kind of want her, but other than that,
yes, we're aware that you want Jade, Silas.
Wow.
Oh hush.
Yeah. Alternatively, we just stick with the ones we've got.
Yeah, I was thinking either her, or now that I know that hey, we're going to the Overmind's place. Silas kind of wants to just spend a bit of time sort of working with the Overmind and, getting him to be sort of with us on this and working with us.
My companion's a gigantic fucking brain.
Yes.
I mean,
look, Silas is one of the few people this thing respects. So
it's true.
Yeah. Also, he kind of wants to know what it was hinting at there.
I mean, do you want to ask him?
Yeah, I think I am privately, because I'll be talking to people private. They're talking to him privately.
Yeah.
I do have a sort of a. I'm going to ask what Laszlo was planning on doing.
Laszlo's plan was stay in the dorm where there's a bunch of puppets to shoot at shit with everyone else in the dorm.
And that's kind of why I wanted the dorm, just because, God, that place is like a fortress.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a wall panel falls off and then suddenly fuck me, dolls
Puppets,
swarm out. And try combining dorm and doll.
Yeah, if it was even just slightly darker in there, it would be very much a horror house.
Oh yeah.
Where is the Shadow Mage when we need them?
Do some Resident Evil shit up in here.
Technically, Ren would know a Shadow Mage.
I want to actually get Laszlo and Nell together, and actually I want to ask them a question.
Hon. Sure, you can assemble your council of the small.
Oh, Alchemist Smalls, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there's a thing I need to test. As much as this is pressing issues, but there's still something I need to figure out before, the murder goes down. I need one of these more mutated creatures alive.
Oh, when you dragged me and the Laszlo here, I thought this was going a completely different direction.
What do you think it was going?
I don't know if you're.
What? No.
Like, I'm not gonna judge. Anyway. Wait,
Damn
so
it,
you
no.
need one alive?
Yeah, I need one alive.
Like right now, or
Not-
like when the thing happens?
I mean, ideally, I would like one right now, but it's not viable or feasible. But yes, I need one alive.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. You've not, at least on my part, not really good at keeping things alive.
Yeah, and burning things does not tend to be conducive for that. But the main reason actually I was going to bring this up is because I figured it's going to be a little bit of a pressing issue, because the theory goes is that these mutants are the people from the previous school, and I need to figure out if they're actually savable or not.
Oh.
That's why I was asking one of you two, because A, bring them down and bring them alive, and B, you two would be the best ones at my disposal to be able to figure that out on the fly, if this process is reversible in any way.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, looks up. I could probably knock one out and we could drag it in here, but we don't have anywhere good to keep one.
Yeah, this is why it'd be a fast thing.
Now looks up. Oh, we could probably just drag them for a while.
Yeah, that's what my second plan was going to be.
Oh, okay. Well, we could, yeah. I can probably get some kind of anesthetic and just kind of, send them to Sleepy Town. And then we could actually do it properly later, not when we're under duress.
Thing is, if it is reversible, we're gonna want to not murder them all. If you get my drift.
I honestly don't know if there'd be a way to do it with.
I get it. It's unfeasible. I get it. It's just something I want to check.
I mean, I can try and see what I can find out when it happens, but